Arme fatale! La bomba! Allarma! Arma fatal. La bomba. Alla.
So here we are. Let me know down below if you can hear me, because then we got this little Polkadot show going. Ah, yeah, but first let me know how you wonderful, sexy looking people are doing on this fantastic Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I never know what day it is. I can see we got 13 dots watching. Okay, guys, so as always, we're gonna do it quick, and then nothing is quick. What are the main things that I want to share with you today? Well, the parachain auctions are most likely going to disappear. And I think, thank God for that. That's at least what Gavin Wood, he announced on Decoded in Copenhagen, where I did not participate. I was simply too busy with my own little private things. But I did listen to Gavin Wood. It's a 1 hour speech that he was holding there. Some of it was very complicated, but I think that one of the main messages was that the parachain auctions will go away. We'll speak about that in a little bit. I think what is the main thing that we will take out of this stream today is those dots are beautiful. But also, I think I found a good staking opportunities for Kusama at around 29%. And Moon River at around 24%. So these are good things, because I was looking for some good, strong staking opportunities. So so that's about that, and a few news, and then we're gonna call it the day, and that's it. Polkadot, as sexy as those dots look from the technological perspective, sometimes slightly complicated. Anyway, what do you say, Crypto Charlie? Let's go. And yeah, it's time to start. So let's go. I want to welcome you to Crypto Never Sleeps, and in case you're new to this channel, do me a favor, hit like, smash and subscribe and all them goodies, so that you can be notified every time we upload new videos, so that you can, and this is important to me, protect your wealth, preserve your wealth, and ultimately increase your wealth. My name is Nico Harachi, and you know what time it is. It's time to concentrate on Polkadot and Kusama. And just remember, my chaos has been nothing but profitable. Okay, let's go. So what did I think? So yeah, I mean, you should watch. Let's just jump into it. This was Gavin Wood. I mean, he's a sexy looking fella, right? So I was listening to this speech for 1 hour. You should go in if it really interests you, and you should take out. I think there are a few parts. The first part is that who can explain Polkadot better than Robinhood, right? So in the beginning, he is actually really explaining, using simple words, a little bit funny, really explaining what, you know, parachains, the relay chain, and I think, and that's a good thing. Second thing he moves on to is that he's not happy with the parachain auctions. And if you remember, we did actually I don't know when it was, here 3 months ago or something, I also said that it simply wasn't so interesting for us, at least. I mean, we participated and there was a lot of hype around the parachain auctions in the beginning, but now in the past, I don't know, past year, and nobody participates from a investor's perspective, really, in the parachain auctions, right? And the reason why I like to say we decided not to participate in that anymore, was simply because the rewards, they were too little, they were too small, and especially because we had as investors, we had to lock up if it was a Polkadot Parachain, we had to lock up our dots for 2 years, and it was for Kusama 1 year. And what is happening, in the past year is that these protocols, they're basically, as you can see here, self-funded. And I mean, that doesn't it doesn't attract other new developers or new people that want to enter the blockchain space when this all smells a little like shit or bad. I mean, but he addressed that, and I think it's a good thing. But he didn't address it, from the standpoint that I'm saying here, that didn't make enough money, but he simply, if I understood it correctly, that it's like almost it scares new people that want to enter the blockchain space away, have to go through an auction and it's complicated. So I think they're gonna come up with a easier thing. Anyway, I think this was what I took out of that. Let's go see who's in the chat, and then we need to move on with more news. News. Who is here? Who is here? Ollie, you hear me? That's good to see. And good that you're back finally. Crypto Charlie, good to see you again. Lee Prince, the Prince. And Shahida, meet my soul brother. Crypto Stan is here. And Raymond, Ayas. All the lovely people. Colin McDonald, how are you doing? And No Face. Ooh, finally made it once again. Did you ever know I did not make it to Decoded? And no one in the group ever answered this simple question. I'm so sorry. No, I never made it there. In the end, I will speak a little bit about my personal problems very briefly, but I'm still, pursuing this court with my kids. So I didn't have time to go to Denmark. But I did, not that is anything, but I did watch a lot of things from the event in Denmark. How are you doing, Fabio? So all of you love those lovely dots. Let me know what is your favorite dot. How are you, Steve? Good to see you, and Ansar Hamid, and of course Thomas and CryptoCoggy. CryptoCoggy, I see you too late. Happy to see you. Okay, guys, let's start. And I just want to run over the news, and then if there are any questions and so on, then let me know. And the news is also a little bit of what I have what I'm doing. So let's go and try. I did do here my portfolio update on Saturday. That was a long one, so I will briefly go over what it is that we are holding. It's Polkadot, of course, and this time around we entered basically at $5 and still below around 91%. Staking Polkadot, we are staking Polkadot on staking.polkadot network at around 15%. So in case this is still, I consider this straightforward. It's a new staking, not so new, and we've also showed you that here. So I think it's actually where you almost receive the highest rewards when it comes to staking. What is new is Kusama. As you know, this time we entered at last time around 22, down 96%. Imagine that Kusama's all-time high was $621. Hallelujah, right? We also hold Moon River, and here we were entering at around $5, and lots of potential. Moon River is really down. But what I wanted to show you is that according to DeFi Llama, if you go in there, and why don't we go in there together? That's actually interesting to look at that, because on DeFi Llama you can see that Moonbeam and Moon River, they are really taking off when it comes to development and everything that's going on there, basically. So we can see here, you go into Parachains, and then when you scroll down here on DeFi Llama, you can see that Moonbeam is number 1 when it comes to active users. When it comes to protocols, 54, and then a star number 2 with 36. But let's Moonriver also 53 protocols. So you can see that Moonbeam and Moonriver, they are really ahead, and then a star right in the second spot. So a lot is going on. And when you then go in here on Moonriver, for example, and you want to look at, you can see you got a list of the protocols that have, ranked by total value or value locked in. And Moonwell Apollo. So that's where I went to look at that. I mean, they only have 2.8 million total value, but still number one on Moonriver. Anyway, so I went there, and the Moonwell.fi, and they're offering some great staking opportunities. So you can stake Moonriver at 30% and Kusama at 24%. Now, I just basically started this today, so I can't really say. But what I like there is that the rewards, you see, I feel that Betty, she has enough Kusama tokens, so we are staking the Kusamas at 24% and receiving Moonriver tokens. And I mean, this is the highest staking, and I like, because you can go to some other protocols, then you can stake, and then stake Kusama, and then you receive shitcoins in reward. And when I talk about shitcoins as reward, I'm not a big fan of Akala and Karura anymore, right? So before we were staking Kusama on Karura, receiving card tokens, and from my point of view, that's shit token. No, I mean, but I prefer here receiving Moonriver, and also staking Moonriver at 30%. Let's see how long that's gonna last, but at least I felt that was quite I was excited about that. So Moonbeam, we're also holding. Can't really find a place to stake Moonbeam above around 8%, and you can do that right on their own interface. Noodle or Nodle. There's also some news. We're not staking Nodle, and we are holding way too little. But what Moonbeam and Nodle has in common is that they both together have the most daily active accounts. I think that's a surprise, right? Because Noodle or Nodle is a pretty, let's say not one of the top 5 known parachains, right? But when it comes to daily active users, Moonbeam and Nodle, they're basically the clear leaders. And you could say that Moonbeam, of course, they saw a huge spike after they launched Uniswap version 3 on Moonbeam. And but it's also similar with those two, Moonbeam and Nodle, or it is at least Moonbeam here, not Nodle, is that when it comes to TVL, then Moonbeam is the leader. And when we look back in the second quarter, I mean, I stole this slide here from Messari. You can see that they concluded the second quarter, with TVL of 60 million. And if you compare that to the second, it's more than double, right? So they have around 60, and then the number 3, Akala, Star, and Parallel, they're all around the 20 million. So we can see that Moonbeam is really taking off, and that is why I'm kind of happy about that. Anyway, so what we have here, we're also holding a Star, of course. I have to find Star. I love it. You can also, they're also really taking off, and there are also some news when it comes from a Star. I'm here too. Where do we have it? You can see from a Star here that they just secured 3.5 million in seed funding from Sony Network Communications, and they're going to form a capital alliance to build Web3 infrastructure. And what is kind of funny though is, I don't know if this has anything to do with anything, but the founder of a Star, his last name is Watanabe, and the president of Sony is also Watanabe. Now, it could be that it's just a very generic Japanese last name. You never know, right? But nevertheless, a Star is really, really positioning themselves very good in Japan, that's for sure. So there we are also optimistic. Of course, we're holding Sheeden. You know that's the ugly cousin of a Star. Centrifuge. I mean, that was another thing that I took by listening to Gavin Wood. I mean, when I think that you and I, we've been talking about this Polkadot circus here for almost 2 years, right? But when you actually hear him speak, then you really understand how early this still is. It's early times. Even when, he's speaking about the visions and what it is going to become, or how advanced or how it can scale. I mean, we were here before there was even a user interface where we could, stake or send one coin to the other within the parachains, right? So we are very, 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 very early. But it seems to me that Polkadot really has plans, and it's going to be, that's what I always say, great. Centrifuge, why am I also pointing at this? This is about tokenizing real-world assets onto the blockchain. Centrifuge is basically in a partnership with Aave. Aave is also the leader when it comes to tokenizing real-world assets onto the blockchain. So I'm a big believer in this Centrifuge, but we are hoping that this could be one of the, let's say, trends that will really benefit here in the third cycle, but it can also be that we would just simply have to wait a little longer. All there, of course, it's the cousin of Centrifuge. We're holding both because we don't know which one is going to take off. Is it going to be Polkadot ecosystem, or could Kusama, the ecosystem, be better? So that's why we diversify. Cross-network. Cross-network, I love it. It's decentralized storage. You can see we're holding quite a lot. If it's going to go up to an all-time high, then Betty, just in this position, would hold 1.1 million. But there was also some news that I really liked when, let me just go over here. Just before we move on to Cross, we can see here this is also latest news regarding Centrifuge. So they were announcing the Real World Asset Summit on September 19, bringing together traditional finance and DeFi to dive into tokenization, credit, and crypto. Not so much else. Cross network. I did also write that in our Telegram group. I think what is the most interesting piece of news was that they successfully secured 7-figure funding from DWF Labs to further enhance infrastructure and expand operations. So it looks like they're really doing good. And not only that they got that, Cross Network, let's go in here and look at this little article. So DWF Labs pledges long-term financial support to Cross Network. And where was it here? That's for EVM technology. Let me see that. So of course, here we have it. That's what I like. We can see because Cross Storage, they're seeing great potential because already more than 150 projects currently building on Cross Network, and a total of 65 Web3 projects, including, and this is obviously good, Uniswap and Aave. They've already started using Cross for storage and have recently launched on the mainnet. The reason why I think that this is so great is because obviously we know Aave is the #1 when it comes to DeFi and tokenizing real-world assets, and of course Uniswap. So I do believe that this is going to help, and Cross, with the market cap, it is so small, and I'm very optimistic on Cross. But just remember, it's not financial advice. That's very important. So the other one that, of course, we're holding is Kilt. This is a digital identity on the blockchain. Kilt has also some news. Kilt is really kicking ass when, let's say, when it comes to news, to new news, to good news. We can see here Kilt protocol. they you should go in and read it yourself, but they have also secured, I think it's PricewaterhouseCoopers. They keep, doesn't really stand here, but they keep getting real big traditional, some of the, PricewaterhouseCoopers are one of the top 4 accounting firms, and they're doing good. So Kilt is funny enough, nobody really speaks about it, and staking, the rewards are very small, but they're kicking ass. So that's interesting. We are optimistic on them. Another coin that we hold is, when it comes to digital identity, is of course Litentry, right? Holding that, still very much down. Now, of course, it's gonna be a race, like with the storage, decentralized storage. We got a lot of providers. Which ones is ultimately going to succeed? When it comes to digital identity, it's the same. I would say, when, just my gut feeling is Kilt is really ahead of the game, but still like Litentry, and they're also doing good. And especially you can stake Litentry, which we do here on this Cumulon.cloud, and we're doing that at 41%. And there you can see, there you can also stake some other. You can stake Calamari if you hold them on touring. Here you can also stake Moonriver, but only for 5.45%, and Moonbeam at 9. And you don't even get all that. It's like they cut a little bit away of that. But anyway, with the Litentry staking rewards, I'm very happy. We're holding a little bit of Fala, but that's about that. Origin Trail, of course, we love it. Not staking anything there. I think you cannot even do that. But we love that. Sealer Network, also hold. Not staking, like it. And then, I'm not so sure. Shame on me, I don't know. It was a big joke. I'm not so sure about Kylin anymore. I gotta, this is just my, in case, but we're still holding and hoping for the best. What else here? Let me see, was there some news there? No. Good, some other news that I want to run through, just an update. Here we can see that Polkadot, the parachains by total website visits in July. And there we can see that Manta Network, something is going on there, but then on a strong second place, Moonbeam. And should also go in. And it's also funny, right? Because you cannot really do anything on Akala, right? You cannot not really do anything on Fala. So what is this Manta Network? I haven't even gone through it. Anyway, the top crypto projects by developer activity. Polkadot ranks number 1. I think that's just good as a confirmation. And Polkadot also ranks number 1 when it comes to the numbers of sub ecosystems in 1 month. They're quick. I think this is maybe top blockchains by total developers, and Polkadot really has the highest amount, followed by Cosmos, Solana, Polygon, Binance, and then Near Protocol. The funny thing is, I want to ask you guys something, because I've never really done a lot of research on Near Protocol, but a lot of you seem to be asking and saying I should make a video or something about. Are you all optimistic on Near Protocol? If so, then I will look more into that. Some other news here. Vodafone Digital Asset Broker partners with Aventus to bring secure Web3 services to business and strategic partners. Always good when we see a big brand migrating on to Polkadot. A star there now is integrated on Bankser, supporting fiat on-ramp with credit card, debit card, and Interact where available. We got to look at that. Always good if we can get a good credit card where we can deal directly with our cryptocurrencies. And maybe on a side note, just something I wanted to add. I have actually, since 2 years, really, I have nothing in fiat. I mean, I own nothing anyway, but, Betty's accounts. And I guess, I don't know if you're also living like that, but I can tell you on Betty's bank account, just, basically just a few $100s, and everything is in crypto. And it might seem, very, I don't know, for somebody new to crypto, how is that possible? But it is so much simpler just to deal with your own money, be your own bank. Just wanted to add that, guys. That was about that. Yeah. And let's see, any questions? If not, then we can call it the day. So, okie dokie. I didn't understand what Gavin Wood meant. Yeah, Raymond. This is where, I mean, when I was listening, I mean, you know, I'm not a, you know, I don't know much about, you know, the technical aspect of the blockchain. I might understand where to invest. And when I listened to all that course and how they were gonna make it quicker and, you know, all this and that, I mean, no. I'm the wrong guy to ask for that, but it's and that's also where I drifted off. I didn't understand what I meant about renting course. Yeah, renting course. Yeah, that's something. Try Bifrost. Yeah, Bifrost. Yep, Bifrost is also good. You know, it's if you saw it, I also gotta be honest. Fala is also good, and what I also really like is Hydradex. There are some that we really like. It's just that you saw, if you watched the stream here on Saturday, we got too many positions. I mean, there's too much it's too much to handle also. So yeah, Bifrost I do like, but we just don't have it. Okay, so what do you see? And what do you say? Cryptopreneur. Oh, you are here now again. Thank you for coming. Lots of love to you. What do you think about JoyStream, a Polkadot substrate project? I gotta look into it. I really have to. I have to look into it. I still think that Polkadot is. You know, how we gonna get back on track, right? Are we gonna get back to breaking through Bitcoin's all-time high, right? And that will take a while. And in order to get new investors in, it will be Bitcoin that will kind of be the, you know, the main coin that will attract. And then once it breaks through its all-time high, and new people have made some money there, then they will be more prepared to take risk and go into other assets. Obviously, the second one will be Ethereum, and then you know how it will then it will go trickle down. What I'm trying to say, or what I think, is that Polkadot is still. It's still not. I think it will still take time before people will acknowledge it and feel comfortable. So obviously, once they enter into the Polkadot ecosystem, I think they will focus on Polkadot, on Kusama, and then of course Astar, Moonbeam, Moonriver, and you know, the big ones. That's why I'm a little bit more cautious when it comes to these smaller parachain projects, because I fear that they might remain undiscovered even in. You know, for now, and let's see how long the third cycle will last. So that's why I'm trying not to go too much into the smaller ones right now. So that's, I hope that, but I will look at JoyStream. My biggest bet is a zero. Oh, no face. I mean, I know you do your research, as there is no larger coin history and not much sell pressure of Baco. Oh, I will look into that. Your biggest bet. Oh, that's a lot. You know, that's a big word here. How do you say crypto? Yeah, good to see you, Joni R. Cross storage, Arweave, and Emo. Yeah, I also think what Colin is saying there. I mean, that's also what we try. We try to diversify, right? When it comes to decentralized storage, find a few good coins. When it comes to identity, find a few protocols, right? When it comes to insurance, we need to, because it's, yeah, who knows who's gonna. But I'm not such a big fan of Filecoin. I gotta be honest. I never really liked it so much. But who knows? I mean, they are the biggest, right? So I like Near. Easy staking on Ledger fast. No, I like what you're saying, Raymond, because easy staking on Ledger and fast, that is one of the most important things. I'm going crazy these days, you know, with these Ledger updates and this and that doesn't work and so on. But oh, Mark, here's my largest holding. Yeah, Betty is a good good Betty, you know. I own nothing and she's happy. Near, okay. Well, I will look more into Near then. Nice to chat live stream. Bob Mango. Good to see you. Yo. What's up, brother? Trending Tube. Good to see you too. Diversify people. Don't forget about EVT. Blockchain bully. Of course, you're right. EVT. Why don't we? And you're right. Why do we not have it here? Because EVT, Energy Web Token, which is an absolute must-have, and they are also launching on Polkadot. So I'm sorry. Of course, it should be here. this Cherry, I have to tell her because she's updating the slides. So we don't have energy web token, of course, is, yeah, that is true. But what do you say? I want to ask you something. Boom, boom, boom. I think it's you, blockchain bully. You also are you also one of the patriots on Traders Reality? I think you are. Am I right or wrong? Let me know. And then what is diversify? I could never hold as many percent as you. I'd lose my mind. Yeah. Thank you to non content financial. Yeah, you could never. Okay. I'm a full-time advisor to Betty, right? So all I do is invest for Betty. So I don't do anything else. But I have to say, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time and every day to look at all these positions and do a little, you got to unstake and stake a little more and look and try to keep updated and then also obviously I do try every time here with these streams to at least bring something new, what I kind of learn or not learn, like today staking with Kusama and Moonriver at what was it, 24 and 24 and 30. Let's see how long that will go. Let's see. But Heliswap is giving nice returns thanks to Heliswap. I also Heliswap is another good. I think it's good because I think Hedera, I think the ecosystem is going to take off, and sometimes all it takes is going in and testing these protocols. But hey, as long as we can get these returns on Heliswap, then we all. I mean, this is the highest returns we're getting at the moment. I have tokens I forgot about. We all have tokens we forgot about. It's important to have a few tokens in the right pocket, in the left pocket, and in the back pocket. Guys, if that's it, then that's about that. Let's just, I don't think there's so much. I'm not gonna be streaming here the next until next week. I gotta go and see my boys in France. I look forward to that very, very much. I got my 8 hours every second week. That's a joke. But, I think as for now, I think everything is on track. Gotta be patient. That's it. I love you. Stay strong. Don't think too much because we know that it can lead to depression. And what depressed me is there's gonna be no boxing on Saturday. Dillian White, he was, didn't pass the drug test. And Anthony Joshua, what is he going to do? What a shit show. PayPal, okay. What's your thought on PayPal stables? I got to look more. Of course, I watched Ivan this morning. Of course, it's, or yesterday, I don't remember. Of course, it's a little bit irony that all good stable coins are being issued by PAX, right? What is it? And also that the BUSD got banned, but then PayPal, they can launch there. I don't know, but what I do think what should be more worrisome is what's going on in Africa. I think we need to look what's going to happen with the BRICS. And remember, the fraudulent fiat system, usually always, the longest period of time that it could ever mathematically basically keep itself alive is around 100 years, but usually around 30 to 40 years. We are very much at the end, and I do think that we're going to see an implosion of all global fiat currencies. So the people behind the curtain, they lead the governments, they need a new system, and they want to promote themselves as, the saviors. So what could be better than a trustless system, the central bank digital currency? That's how they're going to promote it. But anyway, let's see what's going to happen with the PayPal. Anyway, I love you. Thank you. And that's about that. Now I'm going to go and make steaks for Betty. I cook, I manage, and I own nothing. I think that's why she's happy. Anyway, love you. You are my lion. And don't forget, you are number one.
courage, strength, leadership, bravery. Sheep follow the leader. They follow the herd. They don't know where they are going. Many times they are led to the slaughterhouse, but they keep following. They don't lead. They don't use their mind. A lion leads. It's about having the courage to stand and fight for your life, having the strength to go bravely in your own direction, even if others walk away. You tread your own path. Only you know what's best for you. Only you know what path to take. Only you know your courage, your strength, your heart. Everyone has the heart of the lion inside of them. Let it out. Let it scream out of you. Like the lion, unleash the beast in you.
Attitude is what you think, what you do, and what you feel about yourself. Attitude is everything in life. Guess why? Whether you rise or fall, everything is based upon the attitude that you showed up at that moment. Your attitude determines your altitude. Listening carefully. I've been through tough time. I've experienced it, and I want you to know that it wasn't my money that brought me this far. It was my attitude towards life. It was my attitude to keep going when the going gets tough. That is the lion attitude I'm talking about. The question is, what is your attitude towards life? What do you think of yourself as I'm talking to you now? Do you think of yourself as how God thinks of you? Or you think of yourself as how friends and family members think of you? You need the lion attitude. The attitude to take charge of your destiny. You need the lion attitude that says, I can. You need the lion attitude. The attitude that says, I will, because I'm bold enough to fight. You need the lion attitude if you are standing in for greatness. Real lions, they are hungry when the time comes for their mission. Lions are not followers. They are leaders who lead the rest of the animals. Become a lion. Be fearless. Don't talk. Walk the talk. Real lions, they demonstrate who they are. A lion does not seek respect. They command respect and authority because they know they should be respected. Be a lion. A sheep follows the leader. A lion